Shalom, shalom. Welcome back, brothers and sisters, to Rooted in Hebrew. My name is Mike, and today we're going to talk about how should we rise? You know it's going to happen. I mean, off the top, it's going to happen. We're going to rise. But we need. I would say it's. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What's going on here? What is this? Okay. Let's see. Oh, hold on. All righty. And let me do something else. I did something. I don't know. I done did something. I don't know what I've done. Trying to get back to the page there. And truthfully, I thought I'd put the link out there for brothers to come on. Shalom, Sister Linda. Hold on just for a moment. Let me see. Can I redo this real quick? Oh, coming up here. Ain't that something? Okay. There you go. All righty. And then let me do this here. And there. And that's the link. All right. If for any of you brothers that want to come on and voice your opinion on how we should rise, because we know that it is going to happen that way. We're going to literally rise, and we need to start putting ourselves in position for it. What is wrong with this thing, man? But this is the way we should do. I'm having some technical difficulties. I'm trying to get this thing to, what is going on with this thing? Okay. Huh? Okay. Are you for real? Well, I got to worry about that later. But no, just looking at what's going on, brothers and sisters. Because now, as we talked about it yesterday, how we shalom, brother Ricky, how we was talking about it. Now, this here that we're this is that planning phase now, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into this. And I've been hearing a lot of brothers and sisters speak about what we should do. And brother Ricky gave us a great deal of knowledge yesterday. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Hold on, brothers. I forgot. I told that brother I was going to. Hold on, just a moment. I thoroughly forgot. I'm back. I'm sorry about that. But yes, the information that we was getting yesterday is information we should be truthfully applying it, because event is going to happen. It's going to happen. The world is going to see what's happening with us. They're going to see these things. Oh yeah, we see the frustration when all uh, the pushback. I mean, there's nothing ever came easy for us, and I'm not sitting here trying to like pacify ourselves, but we all know nothing never came easy for us. Nothing. We had to work a whole lot harder than the average person, and so now We are literally witnessing a, a change in things. These people are getting all geeked up for this, for Trump to walk into the office, and everybody talking about this and they're talking about that. But this is the time where we need to concentrate on ourselves, and it's not the fact that we're being selfish. We're not being selfish at all. This is one thing we're doing. Shalom, we got next. Um, these are the things that we need to be looking at. We need to be like hammering these things down. We see that the world is about to be extremely busy. We're seeing what this brother in Burkina Faso, what he's doing. He's making moves. He's doing some things, and that brother is turning some people's hearts. So now, I mean, when you start to see these things, you know what's happening with us. Yeah, well, I mean, it's like for those 4 countries over there, they got France and it's giving France the cold shoulder. They're really giving France the cold shoulder. We're seeing these things, and we just can't be. It's just not advantageous for us to sit back and not do something. Now, if those, I mean, you go have your individuals. So, well, I'm going to wait on the Most High. All right. I mean, that's their prerogative. I take it in a different way. I take a lot of things as let's call it a warning. The Most High, he's going to give us prophecy, and he said, well, like he said, I'm going to awaken my people. All right, that has came to pass, and it's still happening. But at the same time, when he said this was going to happen to my people, my people will do this here. They're going to rise this way. They're going to be put in front of all nations. Right now, we're at the back. Matter of fact, it's not the fact that we're at the back. Truthfully, we're on the floor. That's where we are. We are on the floor. And so, with that mindset, it's like we need to tell ourselves of who we are and how we should be feeling. Now, granted, there's a measure of humility that should go with it. But when the Most High says this is what you're going to be, and he's letting you know that you are that royalty. Not saying that we should be arrogant. I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say that. But I think, when it's all said and done, I think that there's going to be a measure of it. And then until we just calm ourselves down. Because it's, we're in a position, truthfully, we've been put in a position that we flat out are not used to. And so it leads to this question: how should we rise? What are some things that we need to be working on in order to prepare ourselves for these privileged positions? Because that's what it's going to boil down to that. Even just being an awakened Hebrew, just to know that, and for you to come into knowledge that, hey, there's something special about you. There's something very special about you. And the thing that we need, my suggestion, my encouragement, how can we have that mindset? The mindset we got right now, not we, but some do. That some do have. It's drama. Then you got some that's kind of cliquish. If you're not inside they clique, They ain't trying to deal with you. That's that awakening. So I mean, but there's a way that we should be moving. And my thing is, what way do you all think that we should be moving? Truthfully, because I mean, we go the drama. The drama is always gonna be there. There's nowhere wrong with this thing. Hold on for a moment. Let me see. Okay. And I'm sorry, I'm back. But brothers, truthfully, if we can really come together, and when I brothers and sisters, when I say this, that coming together, that can be deadly too. Us coming together. Who's that? Sister, what's the brother? Well, who was that yesterday? They were saying that, hey, we're being washed. Yes, we're being washed. There's too many black messiahs out there now. Way too many. And they all voicing their opinion as to our rising. You have what was that? You have journey with us. They giving brothers and sisters the advice. Hey, you can do this here on the continent. You can have this type of business. You can have this type of business. They're giving you all the bells and whistles. They're giving you all the encouragement. Hey, come here. Do that. You can do that there. And don't get me wrong, we do have some bad things that, may have, I ain't gonna may that has happened on the continent, but we continue to try to keep moving. That's one thing I have noticed. We have had some negative things. We have had. What is this? This hold on. Well, hold on. I'll tell you this stuff is I'm having all types of problems. All righty. Well, I hope it don't go out. But yes, brothers and sisters out there, they're making a lot of I'm not gonna call it noise. And for those out there, especially the brothers over in Arusha, now those brothers over there, and I seriously believe that they're moving very quietly because they're understanding that that's going to be a game changer. Because you got your Gentiles there now. But when the brothers told me there, he said, yes, we love the African Americans. This brother name is Pete. And I met him about a month ago. It was him and another brother. I forgot the other brother's name. But they was their own business. So when they was hearing me and this other brother talk, and he knew it was from America, they came over and they talked. He said, man, the African Americans are loved in Arusha. This is what this brother was saying. So he went on to say that that's who he mingles with, is the Africans and the Tanzanians and, the African Americans. He said their business mindset, he said, it is absolutely captivating. This is what this brother said. And he said, but he mingles with them so much. He said, we're the same people. We just speak a different language. And he went on to say that when, he goes out with the brothers, and he say, maybe white people in the restaurant too. But he said this. He noticed that when the Gentiles, white people, they come in and they socializing with the Africans. They talking back and forth with them, the Tanzanian brother. And so, but he noticed, he said, but once the African Americans come in, he said, they fall back real quick. It's like they just go into their own corner and, He said that they do not speak too much with the African Americans. And then, but he started asking the brothers, "Hey, what's going on? What's truly going on in the United States when it comes to this racial barrier?" And the brothers like, they know that we know who they are. We know how they act. This is the reason why they may fall back and somewhat, what's the word? Fall back in the corner and be monitoring their action, their words. And so once he got that knowledge from those brothers, he was like, wow. I mean, and then that's when the brothers, they just went all in as to what a lot of us go through in the United States. Police brutality and all that stuff. And his brother, he said, he was talking about what's the brother name? George Floyd. He said, I remember that like went worldwide. Shalom, Sister Van P. That went worldwide. And so that right there, that was a tipping point for all of Africa. Because they were just as upset as we were. And so, but just talking with that brother and having that understanding. And I was truthfully waiting on this other brother to come in. He's from Tanzania. I don't know. He shouldn't be sleeping. It should be in the evening time there. But anyway, he was scheduled to come on, and because he's one of those. He knows that African Americans need and should do business in Africa. And he just wanted to voice his side of it because he lived here for 20 years in the United States, born and raised in Tanzania. So yeah, he got the best of both worlds, where he understands African Americans. He know how they move and how they think. And because I tell you, being there, he was like, Brother Mike, we gonna have to study neighborhoods. I said, okay, that's not a problem. He said, no, it's a problem. You just can't come and start a business in any neighborhood. And so I was like, okay, what you mean? He said, because you got to understand the spending power. We went to one particular neighborhood, and that brother went there. So now this spending power over here is about. I'm trying to get the dollar amount, and I think the spending power is like $1, a USD dollar. So he said, now if you had a business here, and he said, because a lot of brothers and sisters was complaining that they started a business there, but the business did not survive. He said, because they did not take into consideration the spending power. And then he also took me to a restaurant where this brother opened up a burger shop. So, we were sitting there, we was talking business and everything. But then eventually time got, went by, just flew by. I said, man, let's just get something to eat here. So it's a burger shop. Do you know that the waitress came out and said, she handed us a menu. Shalom, Brother Kenneth. And then she said, well, we only have soup today. Oh, and I said, soup? I said, it's a burger shop. And then here go this brother Frank. He said, Mike, this was a bad idea. He said, I understand the brother. He's trying to bring some different foods here and everything, but we don't eat like that. He said, this burger shop needs to be in an affluent area. And then when he said affluent, I knew what he was saying. He was talking about like Busy Beach. It's like the little rich area where that spending power is a lot stronger there, but you got to be inside their club. You're talking about coming up Shalom, Sister Pixie Dust. You're talking about coming up with what is that? The Indian, the Chinese, the Gentiles. Who else? The Arabs. They have, it would appear they have their own lock. The restaurants, not one of them. I have not seen not one of those. I'm gonna call them major. Not one of those restaurants are black owned, except for Cocoa Beach. That's the natives. That's their go-to spot. I've been there plenty of times. You get this and all they serve is there is just tilapia, and it's well, you can get fries, or they call them chips, and that's it. And then when I say this tilapia, no, brother Ricky, no, that tilapia is so big, it is absolutely massive. Do you know two people can eat up two people can eat off this one fish? Now, but if you go to Wanza, that humongous fish ain't on no. Because the tilapia is not in the Indian Ocean. It's off of Lake Victoria, and that's like what they call Wanza. So they have to what's the word? Well, I'm gonna tell you this what they're doing, and then and this is the reason why we're having this conversation, because truthfully, brothers and sisters, we need to be doing the same. We should be doing the same thing. The Chinese, I went to Wanza, and there was this brother. He drove us around. He showed us everything the Chinese was doing. They right there on the Lake Victoria. They got a fish farm, right there on the lake. Shalom, Sister Yvonne. Right there on the lake. He had the Chinese come out here. As a matter of fact, he showed me, he said they building that bridge over there. And I'm like, okay. Shalom, Sister Monica. This is what they're doing. This is what I'm telling you. This is what we need to be having these conversations. We need to start putting things together, because we're going to rise, but we don't need to be putting things on the back burner either. There's things that I'm doing. Matter of fact, I talked to this brother Mike Roebuck, and I was talking to him about building a page. He said, "Wait a minute, hold on, Mike. A web page?" He said, "I thought I did one." He went back and he did. He was, matter of fact, he just got bombarded with a lot of stuff that he was working on. But now it's like, I got to go ahead and do this, because if we don't, I don't want it to be said that all Mike doing is talking about what we should do. Let's get away from that. I'm trying to get away from that. It's like we got to be about it. We got to be about it, and we got, it's like we got to move on. We got to move on and move up at the same time. These are the things that they're doing there, brothers. And for us to sit back and for us to work on our individual lives, no, brothers, we're not going to rise that way. We will never connect that way. The only way we're going to connect, you're right, Sister Monica, put words into motion. And so, brother Galen, yeah, he kind of led into me yesterday. He said, "Mike, yeah, you know what? You got to start doing something. You got a whole lot of homework. We're going to have to start putting this stuff together. We got to start putting this stuff together. You will have to work on this over here." So, what did he tell me? He said, next week, Monday, Shalom, Sister Jared, that we're going to meet back again. But he wants some progress from me. But this is what got to happen. He was telling me, "All right, Mikey, write this down. Do you know, brothers and sisters, I'm in my brother's house, but I couldn't find a pen or a piece of paper to write nothing on. I said, well, man, I got to walk up here to this store, corner store, and get a pen and piece of paper. I mean, it has to be done. And these are some things that has to be put in place. I just spoke with, what's their brother name? Brother Frank. No, matter of fact, earlier today. And he was saying, Brother Mike, I got the paperwork set. uh, we're good to go. He said, now, hey, what's the next step? And I was like, okay, let me go to the playbook, because it has to be done. It has to be done. There's things that have to be, a business plan has to be put together. So Brother Mike Roebuck, he said, all right, Mike, I'm going to work with you on that one. He said he has some, what did he call it? Some examples of how to write out a good business plan. In my mind, whew, no, I get lost in translation, because there's a whole lot of things that's in my head that I would like to put into motion, but everything needs to be put in order and on paper for others to see. But this motion that we doing, it needs to be real. We go. It is a must that it be real. But what? All right. This is what we must do. Now, truthfully, what is it that you all think that we need? We all know what we need to do. But when you start taking brothers and sisters' comments to heart, you will find out, hey, it ain't just me doing this. It ain't just him doing it. It's when it's all over said and done, it's gonna be about us. Shalom, Sister Zenobia. It's going to be about us, and so we can't be. You have brothers here. No, when we rise, we all go rise, and we're the only ones that they fight to keep us separated. Because the moment you get something, and there's a strength to it, and like we just said yesterday, and Sister Van P, she going to agree. Shalom, Brother Dorrell. I don't want to start strong, brothers. I want to stay strong. And that's how we should have it. Unnecessary nonsense coming in, talk about it, deal with it. If it has to be removed, remove it. Remove it. The cliquishness, I'm not trying to entertain that cliquishness. Having those laws while you're doing business with your brothers and sisters, it's going to be a must. If you don't have the laws, you don't have a business. And if you don't have people that's going to uphold those laws and hold on to some integrity, that's a joke. That's what that's going to be. That integrity, it speaks far and wide. When you have brothers and sisters that's working in that direction, you're very strong. Shalom, Brother AJ. Shalom. That's what we have. And brother, I'm telling you, when Mike was laying this stuff down, he said, Mike, did the business plan and things of that nature? He was just giving me a brief overview, because that's the homework that I got to do, that I got to have to give the Brother Galen. This is not something that I just that we should not underestimate. We shouldn't. This is our survival. This is our rise. My thing is this. Hey, we hop into it. We hop on it. It can be frustrating, that with this um, awakening, and brothers and sisters starting to look at the continent now, and they're seeing a strong possibility. They seeing the business opportunities, but then they're being halted. There's some laws they're making it difficult for brothers and sisters to do business. But when you got brothers and sisters working together, that halt, um, that wall is not as strong. But when you're coming in as a part of a nation, and they understand what you are there to do, and you start working with the brothers. Now, this is the thing the nation didn't take into consideration. They just came in, hey, did what they wanted to do, stole what they wanted to, they stole what they wanted to steal, and they took it. And they kept on disrespecting the people. They kept on. They just kept on and kept on. Brothers, like for something like let me see. I ran up on this one sister. I knew what's her name? Jackie. She was she is a security guard at a hotel. And we was talking, me and this other sister and Jackie, and they was talking about how they get paid. Let me ask you, brothers and sisters, what can you do with $85 a month? What can you possibly do with $85 a month? Because that's how much she got paid. That's her payment. Monthly. Now, if you've been there for a couple of years, you might be getting, other sister says she get like $120 some a month. That's USD. That's USD. So now the world came in and said, hey, we're going to keep these people, where they can't do nothing, and they got them in that position. It's difficult for them to do something. What if they had a business and there's if they needed, Shalom, Sister Kathy, if they needed a tool and that tool may cost, let's just say a drill, let's say $100. They're not buying that. They're not buying that. They're not buying it. Although they need it, they will not buy it. That's a lot of money to be spending for a tool, and so they got them priced out. They have them literally priced out on their own land. So when it's all of a said and done, it will have to be, when you spend money, you need to spend money in that neighborhood in order to lift up, bring that income barrier up. I mean, I'm quite sure it's going to be stages, but it needs to come up. In order for the people to spend, they're gonna need a little bit more money to spend. When they see that they have a little bit more, their income is more, the more they spend. The more they spend. But the world came in and kept them down. Kept them down. So when you've been down and all your life, and when you get to the seventh grade, that's when a lot of kids have the parents got to pull them out of school. They can't afford to send them to school because once the eighth grade, you gotta pay for that. You gotta pay from the eighth on up to the 12th. You have to pay. So when you're talking about the people have a seventh grade education, okay, they do. I ran up on some grown men, and I'm not speaking Swahili, so I go to my phone and I pull out the app. And so I type out what I'm wanting to say, but they can't read. The brother like, he wave his hand, and then I come to, all right, the brother, he can't read. And some sisters are the same way. So now we seeing what the damage that they did to our people. And so we need to be, about what we need to do for ourselves and for them. What's up, brother? That's what we need to do. This is part of that rising. Rising is helping. Rising is coming together. And now, and I know for a fact, majority of you brothers and sisters, if you look at if we go and say, hey, looking at the big picture, the moment that this coming together and we starting to stick closer together, you will see a strength. Just in a small number, you're going to see a strength. This here, people may call us Messianic Hebrews, so be it. You may be one that don't believe it. All right, but look at we working on a point of just coming together. What are you talking about? Can you just spare some time out of your mind and quit calling people? I mean, not calling you out their name, but quit being so judgmental and work together. Because trust and believe, we're going to find out the truth. Period. It's just this. It's this awakening now. That's what we need to be working on. Is this coming together and rising at the same time? That's what it's boiling down to being. That's what it's about. The moment we start showing that, and don't tell me there's one thing we know it can be done. We know it can be done. And at the same time, when things are being done, hey, that's when you have your other brothers and sisters that's watching on the outskirts. Hey, let's find out, hey, we gotta watch some people, because we know that some people could claim that they Hebrew and everything, and just getting in there just to rip it apart. Just to rip it apart. And that's the thing that can just tear it down. And then what do we do? We start to lose hope again. It's like we are what's the word? It's like our movements have been like the market. It goes up and goes down. But when we go down, it's like, whew, we hit it kind of hard. We hit it kind of hard. I'm not trying to go back down. I'm not. If the situation gets where, hey, we got some unnecessary nonsense going in, that's when the brothers fall back, get into the prayer, and find out what's going on, and ask the Most High. We need you to help us. Hey, do we need to remove some people up out of here? And unfortunately, it may. Well, do it. Did he not tell us that? Did he not say that he's going to put us back in our own land, and then at the same time he's going to root out the the rebels? So yes, we're going to have it, brothers. It's going to happen. They're going to come in, but hey, we ask that that the Most High protect us and oversee it. Those rebels, hey, weed them out, weed them on out, because we be about that. We're about this rising. We're not trying to get shot down. We're not trying to get cut down. But you want to have it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But we got to faithfully continue to move forward. We have all of these opportunities, and they're getting stronger and stronger. You're thinking these bro I mean, what? You're thinking these brothers and sisters going to Africa, opening their business and coming back, hey, my business failed. Uh, it didn't fail. You went there and you put a seed there. That's what you did. You got a seed. And now it's time for this. It's time for us to blossom when it's all over said and done. That's this time. That's this time. I tell you, it's the Most High celestial chariot is moving. Man, do you hear me now, bro? Uh, what happened? It went silent. Oh no. I've been having some stuff going on. I tell you, this let me see something. I think let me just do this here because I know it will do this. Okay, all right. Okay, I got this phone and it's a flip phone. I had it closed and it seemed like the screen it goes out on the if it's like photos. So I just had to open it up to the big screen. Um, but I got it now. But this is the thing, brothers. Um, we You got all this education on here, all these educated people on this line. Every last one of us has a trade in this or that, or this and that. And brother, ain't nobody gonna tell me anything different. I know for a fact uh, that we can do this, I would say, mm, in a matter of a day. I seriously believe that we can turn things around in a matter of one day. That's just my line of thinking. If we're looking at what our forefathers and present people are doing, why do we want to think that we can't do something? You you built the United States, and they took the technology of our brothers and sisters and used it globally. Not so much in Africa though. They only got bits and pieces there now. It's a reason why the communications is not so good there. It's a legitimate reason. Only those that's doing that and holding back on that they know exactly. Oh, no, we got to hold back. You can't give them too much now. They do, because you still got these Negroes over here in America. Now they go over there and they figure this stuff out. Hey, they go take what we put there and they're gonna supersede it. That's what they're scared of. They should be scared. They stole it from us. They took what our forefathers invented and called themselves breaking it down. Or we can't put it. Well, don't do all. No, we can't have this here. Give them limited access. Give them limited access, and they did. They did it. Go ahead and look at what, brother. Burkina Faso, that brother, I know what this brother is trying to do over there. And I'm not mad at him. When you get, when we, the people, we're upset at them. And we're showing it. They know, they know exactly what's going on. They know what's about to happen. And a lot of you brothers and sisters know good and well, they scared. You got these little new, you got these little 30-year-old Gentiles that's coming into their world. They trying to live like their parents did. They want to go buy a house. They want to raise, have some kids and do the same thing their parents did. But now they they on there, they're complaining. They can't make ends meet. Oh, you can't make ends meet. And if you brothers and sisters pay attention to the movies, all right, the little type like tribulation type like movies, you don't see a lot of us in those movies. You see a lot of them, and then they be kind of dirty. Oh, I mean, dirt on a white person shows up a lot better than it will on a black person. So if they want to show this movie of complete like a terrible position, yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it. That city, they're making these movies like that, these zombie type like movies. Now you may be thinking, hey, this zombie thing could be possibly real. All it takes is what? A virus. That's all it would take is a virus. And I think they already know how they can do it. Because truthfully, brothers, I seriously believe they use that stuff on us. I'm gonna say this: when C-19 was out, if you was all on Facebook and things of that nature, brothers, if you just wanted to see a fight, you go on YouTube or something, and you go see some us fight at what's that place called? This chicken restaurant. I ain't gonna call it because and let's just call it Olive Oil Brutus chicken restaurant. But there was something in that chicken that had those people fighting like that. There was something in, and this brother, he brought it out. He said he found 50 different chemicals in some of these chicken restaurants. 50. He found one of the other companies had 30 different chemicals, not just food, chemicals in it. And you brothers remember, you brothers and sisters remember, what was it? They cloned Leroy. I mean, Leroy. Ain't that crazy? Tyrone. All he did was flipped it. That's all he did. There you go. That's what I'm saying, sis. We need to, this is the reason why I say we need to rise, because there's a lot of stuff that we need to be doing ourselves. Well, so there's a whole lot of stuff that we need to be doing for ourselves, especially our cooking, especially our growing, and especially our herbs. I'm serious. This is what we need. This is the whole purpose of this conversation, is to encourage our brothers and sisters to have that mindset. We got to have this stuff for ourselves. If we don't, we can always say we got a hand out to do something. And like Brother Galen was saying, he said, Mike, we should not, we should be at a point where we should not have our hand out for nothing. Granted, the Most High said we're gonna be leaving with goods. But he said we have the knowledge to put ourselves in a position, that we can repetitiously have income coming in. And this is just working within our family. All it takes is brothers and sisters with a mindset. That's all it takes. They know exactly what they want to do, how they should be done, and how we should be moving. That's what it boils down to being. Well, we got next. I had to do it that way. I didn't want to call him out, mess around, find myself on YouTube, YouTube jail or something. Yeah, but that's the thing. And you know what? And it's not that you can have a brother or a sister there on the continent, and that's what they have. They're serve chicken or whatever, but they know they're not gonna put they're not putting no chemicals in it. Why do that? This is the question I want to ask, period. Why do you need those? How many of y'all cook with chemicals in your own house? When you're frying chicken, do you put chemicals in it? You use salt, black pepper. You may find you some other herbs or whatever to put on your chicken or whatever. Unless they got some chemicals in the flour. And majority of the time, your brothers and sisters, ain't nobody cook with no chemical. Why do man have to use chemicals? What is the purpose of these chemicals in all these food? The cereal. Oh, good gracious. That's what I'm talking. This is a necessity, brothers. This cliquish stuff, we don't have time for that. This is a movement that we need to be upon. This is literally a movement that needs to be taken seriously. Because if we don't, the brothers, they're gonna continue to get up in age. They're gonna start talking about high blood pressure. This stuff has chemicals written all in it. You can have a brother. The brother can be like, you know what? His blood pressure could be out of whack. He'd be like, what? I mean, I don't eat fried food. I don't mess with salt. But why is my blood pressure up? And then he'll go to the doctor. They say this. Oh, it's hereditary. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. It's hereditary. Oh, what did they say? I went to go do a physical, and the doctor was like, we ran your blood, and they were saying, what did they say? You have what did they say? Do I have what do they call it? Diabetes that runs in my family? I said, yes, I do. My mother, she diabetic. My sister, she was diabetic. My brother was too. I said, my sister, that's what she died from it. My brother did too. He fell asleep. And they said, but your blood, it's like you, they just trying to figure out how in the world I'm not diabetic. That's what they were trying to figure out. I said, well, man, there's some things I flat out just don't eat, but go figure. I don't, because I didn't eat at the restaurant. I stopped that. When my son was telling me that he couldn't stop eating McDonald's, oh, no, that's a problem. That's a drug. That is literally a drug. I get my son off of that. What are these little other restaurants? All that shit. And people talk, oh, I love this restaurant. And it's like an Asian Chinese restaurant. But everything they cook with is sugary. Absolute sugar. And the doctor said, if you really want to get your blood pressure high, eat food that's supposed to be sugar. You'll be surprised how much salt they use in that food. He said, don't think that you just because you eating salt, not salt, like ice cream is full of salt. Ice cream is full of salt. Everything that they're putting out there, and then they got chemicals on. They got all this other chemicals in it and things in that nature. But brothers, is when it's all over said and done, we just need to come away from it because it's the chemicals that's working against us, not the earth. The earth is not working against us. It's what man put in that food. We're not the farmers we used to be. Our numbers here in the United States is, I believe that farmers, black farmers, we're in the single digits. We are in the single digits when it comes to black farmers in the United States. That's a problem. Because now you got to ask yourself, I mean, who feeding me? Trust and believe. When it ain't, we're gonna have to do something. I'm serious. This is something that we have to, like I said, we should have been on top of this years ago. Yeah, there you go, Sister Zenobia. But you know what, Sister Zenobia? I'm on that. We learned something while we was putting money into their system. We learned how to move money around. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. We learned something about it. And if we take that same knowledge, now, Sister Zenobia, uh, and apply it to ourselves. That's why I said in one day, I know that we can do this. Ain't nobody gonna tell me anything different. Because when you're going on that continent with the strength, it's undeniable. It's gonna be I'm telling you, they're getting so they're getting so arrogant over there now. And I'm talking about the Gentiles, whoever you want to call them, and whatever shade color, they over there doing it. And and that's one. And he just irritated me when he said he's hoping to be the largest farmer in Tanzania. He's Indian. He's Indian. And so now what they got there, what they have done to our brothers now, don't get me wrong. It's sad. Because a lot of our brothers and sisters, they still see them as a savior. And they're not saving nobody. They're not saving them. They're there to serve themselves. That's what they're there for. It's not to lift up, it's to tear it down. And for us to say that to them, it's a waste of breath. It's something you literally have to work. And for them to see, all right, this is how they working. When I was in I went to this one neighborhood, and so Hydia, she took me to this it was this one spot, and she said this man came over these Indians, moved into the village, bought a few lots. The lots started off at $25. The lots started at $25. What do you think those Indians did? They knew they had to move slow, but they came in. They did it here, and then what do the brothers and sisters do? They go in there and they tell everybody else in the neighborhood, hey, they spending $25 for and they buying. They went there. They were buying so many lots at one time. At one time. So now, if you're the owner of that lot, and you living in that village, and they bringing they're bringing in a large amount of money to buy that lot. Yes, they go sell it. They go sell it. They going to sell, and I'm talking about the brothers, until he was like, you see how far that thing goes now? These Indians just came over here and bought up it's a massive chicken farm that they went out there and built. Massive. But a lot was costing $25. Israel, this is what I'm talking about. Now you have that, if you have that type of knowledge, you got it. And this is what they're doing. What's holding us back to doing the same thing? And like I was telling you, what was it, yesterday? There's a brother that's in Arusha. He did exactly what they did. He went over there, married him a Tanzanian lady. They had a child. He can't. He can't have property in his name. He can't. But that 4-year-old daughter, she got land in her name. The father is overlooking the land. That's how he bought the land, brothers. That's how he bought the land. Now, outside of that, if it's not possible to do it that way, get the business. Work with some brothers and sisters on that continent that you can trust, that you can trust. And we gonna have to move in that direction. You're gonna have to move. We're gonna have to do it. And what, brother, do you know I ain't gonna say it ain't necessarily far away from the city, but you look at a lot of brothers and sisters when they do go to Dar. If they go to Dar to visit, understand in the city. If they talking about living there, they usually go on the outskirts. Because it don't take that long to get back to the city, or if you got something to do in the city, it doesn't take that long. No, it don't. But I tell you, if we don't do something, we're gonna have so many different chemicals in us. I think one day we're gonna be around here looking like a glow rod. And these chemicals, I seriously believe, they're set up just to control you. I was just looking at a commercial yesterday, and it was all right. Yeah, it was a commercial, and they was talking about how this particular medicine for somness, but then they went down the cons. They said if you had started experiencing suicidal tendencies, check back with your doctor. Let me tell you something, brothers. If they figured out something, they seen that they can use that as let's call it a weapon. That they got some type of chemical that can alter your mind towards suicidal tendencies. Brothers, I don't put nothing past them. They go, what? All they got to do is add it to some food. And then you right here, you mind your business, and all of a sudden you just start feeling sad or whatever. I don't trust them. This is the reason why we need to rise up, be about our business. We've been here too long. It ain't like we ignorant. And we most definitely not dumb. Who? That Dick Gregory, that brother. Yeah. Yes. It's a lot of poison out there, brothers and sisters. And this time we gonna have to say, this is enough. This is absolutely enough. And the world is hell bent on poisoning us some more. There are 5 different chemicals, like I said, brothers, in the HIV medicine in Africa. 5. In the United States, it's only 2. It's only 2. And I can almost guarantee you now, because when I talk to some brothers and sisters with the HIV, they said they don't like the way it make them feel. until they just say, they start taking it because they don't like the way it makes them feel. And do you know, in 2 weeks, they're out of here? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I seriously believe that little suicidal type like thing is in their medicine. It's in the medicine. I seriously believe that. Sister Yvonne, let me tell you something, sis. Ain't nobody gonna tell me anything different about that. Now, Sister Yvonne just said it. Yeah, I remember that. Yes, I do. Very much. There was always fighting. The employees was fighting the customer. And it was us. It was us that it affected. It wasn't just because no chicken sandwich. It was what was in that chicken sandwich. And it tastes good. All you got to do is blend. If you blend so many different chemicals with it, yeah, they're going to appeal to the taste bud of a black person. Yeah. They cloned Tyrone. All he did was flipped it. All Jamie Foxx did was flip them. He just flipped it around. Instead of them fighting, everybody was laughing. He flipped it. Yes, he did. And when he flipped, I knew exactly what he was talking about. I did not know that at that time. When I had my business, when I get home, I ain't feel like cooking. I would go get some Popeye's chicken for me and my son, and that was it. But we was always at odds. And I started noticing that. And I'm like, wait a minute, truthfully, I had to sit back. And I had to start recognizing something. My son talking about, no, Dad, so anyway, he went on to get smart. Like, man, have you lost your everlasting mind? So one day, my son calls me. He was over his mother's house, hyperventilating. Dad, come and get me. Come and get me, Dad. Come and get me, Dad. I'm like, man, look here, calm yourself down. I said, I need for you to calm yourself down first and foremost. And so his mother, you need to come and get him. You need to come and get him. So I said, all righty. I told him to calm down. So I went over there and I got him. I went over and got him. And I'm like, Mike, what's going on? He said, Dad, I don't know, Dad. I don't know. But it's like so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. And I'm like, no, I know my son ain't having no nervous breakdown. But I did know that because I was always thinking about that Popeye's chicken. And when I told my son, I said, no, we're not doing that no more. He said, are you for it, Dad? I said, Mike, I seriously believe there's something going on with that. That's what I told him. And we broke it down. I was going home cooking. My son know how to cook. I taught my son how to cook when he was 7 years old. I'd be in the bed sleep. He'd be in the kitchen cooking. He said, Dad, you want some? No, you go ahead and make you some. Made him some pancakes, some eggs, and things of that nature, and sit right there and watch cartoons. But when I left that chicken alone, my son mellowed out. And I told his mother, but she don't believe. And here go my son, Dad, I was hungry. My mom, all she do is go to Popeye's chicken. I'm like, okay. I told her what was going on. But some people ain't gonna listen. Some people are just not gonna listen. They're going to continue to do what they think they want to do. But I did notice that once my son really came off of it, whole different person. Whole different person. We need this. We need this today. These chemicals and this so-called medicine. The high blood pressure for brothers. Do y'all know that there is a a chemical in there that's as you age, your testosterone level goes down, but that high blood pressure drops it down even more, uh, a great deal more. So now, when they say these things that your your high blood pressure is hereditary, I'm not gonna believe all that. I'm serious. I've seen brothers and sisters just flat out just like went to eating this or eating that. They don't have that issue. So I'm not believing everything these doctors be saying. I'm not. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, there are some type of diseases that do travel through families. I do understand that, but I'm not gonna believe everything they say. I fasted for a long time. I did, and that fast, whew, my blood pressure 111 over 69. One time he got down to mid 60. I was like, wait, hold on, now we may be going too low now. We ain't trying to go too low. But I was fasting. I was fasting. So I mean, that just tells me something. We need to get away from their table. And when I say their table, I'm talking about their foods. Because now what they're doing now with the meat. They're making meat. This tribulation that they're about to go through is going to be horrific. It's going to be horrific for them. It's going to be. The Most High has already told us that Jacob will be saved out of it. It's going to be for them. They talk about making meat and all the chemicals. That tribulation is going to be, I mean, oh, good night. Come on now. It's going to be something else. What is the Triple H? I don't know what the Triple H is. Oh, tribulation. My bad. Tribulation. They're a great tribulation. And that's the thing. You talking about Shalom, Sister Pinky D. Sister Kathy, you breaking it all down. I mean, good night. Yes. A lot of the medicine got side effects to it. And it's the high blood pressure, brothers. If you've been on it for so long, it's going to do this here. Eventually, your function of your kidneys will slow down. So eventually, keep living, you'll be on dialysis. It's a set up to fail situation where they're going to make money off of you. It is a setup to fail situation where they can continue to make money off of you. All right, and they want to talk about it. It's hereditary. All right, some of the stuff they put in there is making it hereditary because when you pass it on to your kids, let's just say if that is the case, you pass this stuff, high blood pressure or diabetes on to your kids. Think about all the money they're gonna make off of one family. This is some sad demonic stuff that they pushing out there. You have I knew this one child. She was born with a certain type of cancer in her eyes until they had to remove her eyes. They had to literally remove this little baby's eyes. No, I'm telling you, brothers, we need to get away from it. And we need to start it like right now, truthfully. Let's start putting things together. I tell you, it's It is to the best. It's for our best when it's all over said and done. That's what it's gonna be about. So now you take the brothers over there in the Congo, they already letting them know. They have a high case of HIV over there too. But guess what? They already got the cure. They know the leads they need to get. So if they have the cure, brothers and sisters, why is it the world won't go there? Why is it that they won't go? Hey, we got this problem over here in East Africa. We need to put this out here. You don't see the world doing that. You do not see the world doing that. Why? They know what they're trying to do. Brothers and sisters, hold on just for a moment. Hold on just for a second. Sorry about that. I'm back. But that's what it is. They do not want to treat the brothers and sisters there. Last year, when I spoke with a doctor there, and it's the question, he was, well, I mean, hold on, they got medicine like that? He was talking about the HIV. But then he also was saying that diabetes has taken off like, whew. They said the diabetes there, it just came in like a roaring lion. And he said a lot of people are walking around with diabetes. But these people, the masses of our brothers, they don't have money like that to be eating out of a restaurant. They cooking their food. So the thing is, they talking about, hey, what it is, plantains, and what they call it gits. What do they call it? Gits. It's like plantains, but it's not. It looks like a banana, but it's not a banana. It's not sweet at all. And you chop it up. You may put some meat. You cut up some vegetables, tomatoes, and all that stuff. And then it's something like let me see. It's like it's like you cut them up in pieces, and you put your meats in there, and they got the little sauce. It tastes pretty good. But it's that plant that they're saying it's too much starch in it. But let me tell you something though. They don't have no dialysis there. They do not have no dialysis there at that place. You know, in their places. Not like what you got in the United States. You got nearby dialysis nearby on the corner like it's liquor stores. Because I was talking to Sister Waters, and they got the same problem there. And where did they move to? Yeah, they were Brother Ricky. But anyway, she was talking to the doctor, and she said, "No, you know what?" And she found out how much the machine costs, because there's no dialysis place where people can go, you know, to cleanse their blood. So she's like, the machine is not expensive. She said, you know, all it, you know, for brothers and sisters to say, hey, we got this. In order to preserve the brothers and sisters' life, this is what they need. But at the same time, they look into the herbs just to what's the word, to get the kidneys back up and working. But here they would tell you that, hey, once your kidneys gone, ain't nothing you can possibly do. This is the lies they out there telling, and people fall for it. Now, there was one brother, he didn't live too far from me. Yeah, his diabetes, I mean, truthfully, his days was numbered. His days are numbered. And it's expensive for him to go to the hospital, just cleanse his blood. And he can't do it every day. Yes, they do, Sister Linda. And I seriously believe that, sister. It's by design. I seriously believe that. Shalom, Daya. I say Sister Daya. I don't know, but shalom. This is what's happening. This is the reason why we need to do what we need to do. Because everything they got has a chemical in it. And the people that's getting affected with it the most, it's us. I'm just trying to figure out now. I mean, I'm wondering how much of a swine is in some of the medicine now. I would not be surprised. But right now, brothers, we are at their mercy because we don't have it. When are we going to stop? When are we going to say, look here, we got to start putting our money together, and we're going to have to start moving in this direction. We're going to have to see it. We're going to have to see it, and we got to be about doing it. Because if we don't, it's going to get worse and worse. Oh, sister, mint, yes, they do. They do. And can you just think about this, brothers and sisters, at the same time? Look at all the years they've been playing with our blood. They're trying to figure out what makes these people tick. What makes these people tick? They know exactly what they can do to damage us. And also in that movie, they cloned Tyrone. When it got close to the end of it, when they were showing, hey, it was like they wanted that black skin, but they don't want to go back into the mountains, but they need that melanin, but they still want to show that white side. You got some Gentile women out there. They did a report on this, and they was saying that yes, they're gonna have to have a baby by a black man in order for them to continue to be around. You said because they know they saying this now. They saying the world the earth is getting hotter, and they looking at the sun, and they just figuring, hey, what did they say about the year 2035? They said by that time, this is what they're saying. I don't know how true this is going to be. That there will be no such thing as a white race. That's what they're saying now. I don't know how true that is, but it is what it is. Wait a minute. So on, Sister Linda Cross, you said what? Absolutely. At Kathy Jones, they charge patients maybe $1,000 for a unit of blood, but pay you $25 to give blood. If you don't get up out of here, Sister Linda Cross. What? I done seen it all now. Yeah, I know my nephews, they needed some money. That's what they'll go get and go right there and give blood, and they'll get $25. Wow, ain't that something? Whew. Okay, but this is what we need. This is what we need, brothers. I mean, it's but I'm going to start it now. I mean, because when it's all over said and done, brothers, it's going to be for our benefit. And once these my thing is this: once brothers and sisters see what we're doing, and they see our intentions, it's going to be our action that's going to show them exactly what we're here to do. That's it. And what do we need to do there? We need to do it here too, because we're still here. We're still here. The world is telling you what they're going to do. The world is saying there's going to be a food shortage. They telling us. The Most High told us, brothers and sisters, we need to go ahead and start preparing ourselves, putting ourselves in a better position. And truthfully, where we keep our hands to ourselves. We're not looking for the nation to give us anything. We got a whole lot of smart brothers and sisters out there, I'm telling you. A lot of them out there. We need to bring this stuff together. They're the ones who are killing us. And then at the same time got you in captivity. That's what they got going on. And they have a system that's set up, is somewhat set up not to fail. But we the only one that's falling, truthfully. I seen this one sister. When I say it's like she just melted. It's just like her body just liquefied. And it was cancer. It was cancer. The sister, she wanted to live. When I say she wanted to live. And she kept fighting and fighting and fighting. Eventually it had her bedridden. So her kids had to take care of her. It wasn't that she could chew food, but chewing food would make her tired. That's why you gotta go into intravenously, and a tube in her stomach, because she wanted to live. Brothers, when are we going to stand up and start rising? We got the warning from the Most High. He already said what's going to happen, and now you're seeing what they're talking about. They making lab-grown meat, and they adding blood to it to give it taste. That's what they're saying. They adding blood to this. I don't even know what this stuff called. They ain't even said what it. They have not said. At least I haven't heard them say that this is some type of vegetable. No, matter of fact, I ain't never heard them say there was a vegetable, and then they adding blood to it, just give it taste. And I mean, because when they went, oh man, they went in there and made the meat, and then they took the meat and took it to another lab, and he was cooking the stuff. The stuff was looking good. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was looking good. It was looking good. I'm like, ain't this? And then how they was just tearing the meat apart, like it was a piece of beef. I'm serious. Brothers, I'm telling you, this is that time where hey, what's how you doing? We need to brother, it's like we got to hit this hard, and it's like you got to be so blatant with it. It is just downright. It's as if I know you're looking at me. I know you're watching, and then you're saying, "I don't care. I know what you're doing." We had a lot of good doctors. I mean, what is it, Dr. Seavey? Well, we call him a doctor, but hey, He didn't have to go to school to figure out all this stuff. He did whatever research he needed to do about different types of plants. And now, mind you, now, Left Eye, she was being, he helped her out. Whatever thing that she was going through, he gave her herbs. And she's like, wow, the world needs to see this. Now, mind you, brothers and sisters, I'm going to tell you this. They claim that Left Eye and her people was in that truck traveling 90 miles per hour on those back roads in South America. Now, anybody with the common sense know good well you ain't gonna be doing on 90 miles per hour and no back roads like that, because you got too many hills, the road was not paved. People took pictures of that road. But she's supposed to die in that? Come on now. Another brother, who's that other brother? What's his name? Little Slim rapper. He was talking about Dr. Sebi. He wanted to do a report with him or whatever what he was doing. I mean, hey, it's like these people have paid the leaders out there to make sure that this happen this way. Everybody that came up with something and they was making a movement always end up in some nonsense. The brother in Baltimore, or was it? It was somewhere in New York when the Gentile went into the store and shot up the store and took out a lot of our brothers and sisters. One of the brothers that was Nipsey Hussle. That's what I was thinking about. You're right, brother Solo. So yeah, Nipsey Hussle. And then the brother that was Shalom, brother Solo. And then you had the other brother who figured out how to make a car run off of water. Now imagine that being on the road and all you taking is water. Oh no, we got to take this Negro out. He's messing with our bottom dollar. I'm telling you, brothers, this stuff is. Now I'm gonna tell you, for your brothers and sisters that don't know, brother Solo Soul, they doing the same thing. They're trying to get things up and moving. They're trying to work with like-minded individuals, doing something on the continent. And matter of fact, there's some brothers and sisters there that's doing it. One brother he was talking to, he's a Jamaican brother, and they very adamant about this. We got to work together. If we don't work together, we're in trouble. Now, matter of fact, that's Solo Soul. That is Sister Betty Bent's son, and he has name his channel is Solo Soul. But this is what these brothers. This is why we need to be working with one another. Brother Solo Soul, he got his thing. I got mine. But trust and believe, I do know I'm going to have to spend money with him. It is absolutely a must that I do that. It's a must. And if I don't have that mindset, we both broke. We both will be broke. We'll be still in the same predicament that we started at. It's not all about who go get on top, Israel. It's all about how we as a nation is going to climb to the top. Yeah, I mean, brother Solo Soul, yeah, they asking for you to come on one day. I mean, if you want to come on right now, I could resend the link. But yeah, I mean, we're going to have to do this. Brother Solo Soul, him and his mother, they got they have something going on in Tanzania, but they still doing work here in the United States to get everything tied up for their business and things of that nature. And So yeah, but they still putting it out there, what they're trying to do. They putting it out there, brothers. They want to work with like-minded, because unfortunately, brothers, some of us just can't work together. Period. But and that brother may not be that one that you need to be working with, but you can still support them. You still can support them, because brother Solo, so yes, his business is going to take off. It's going to take off, and everybody that he's doing, that he's working with. Oh, you at work today? Okay, all right, I got you. Hey, brother, I mean, Arthur, I get in contact with you, man, and we set up a day and time and everything. But hey, we can get on there. You explain what you got going on and how it is important that we needs to do this. We got to do it. If we don't do it, we hemmed up. Our kids, grandkids, everything will be hemmed up. Black people go talking about, I got high blood pressure. We go keep on saying, I need to go to the doctor to get my medicine. They got all the chemicals in it. We're gonna have to do something. Now you have, like I said, you have the Solo Soul. I forgot the other brothers and sisters' name that he was interviewing on his channel, but they have the same mindset as to what we need to do and how we need to come together. This going back and forth, talking about the contention. I'm not even trying to give it that type of time, because I mean, when it's all over said and done, this is a movement. This is not trying to figure out who will end up on top, who will end up with the bigger pockets. That's the thing this is not about. That's the thing. Hold on. Boom. And this is the Jamaican brothers that's there. This is their information. For you brothers and sisters that want to reach out to them, reach out to them. They real. They down to earth. We're not trying to entertain unnecessary nonsense. We know the necessities that it is going to take for us to come up and be about our business. Keep on getting sick and keep going back and forth to the with your hand out saying, "Turbulence out there, brother." Two of them that I know of. Is this a travel agency? Oh, I didn't even see that. Yes, but they have gardens too. They have a garden out there now in Tanzania. And because I heard the brothers talking about how we need to work together. Yeah. And so that's the brothers and sisters that's out there working, that's trying to get our minds motivated to doing business with your brothers and sisters. I mean, I forgot that he does do travel agency as well as Sister Waters, and I got to talk with her and her husband, because they're supposed to be coming back on and explaining all the things that they're doing and what they offer for brothers and sisters who wants to come here and where they want to go and things of that nature and who they need to talk to. We got to have all of this information, because the more information you brothers and sisters have, the better off you're going to be. When brothers and sisters start talking and doing and talking with herbalists about different things like high blood pressure, oh, you can use this here. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, you may have a child with asthma. There's a herb out there for that too. I went to an herbalist, and they diagnosed my son with asthma. And they gave my son that, they gave him that, some type of medicine. But I come to find out it was a steroid. Instantly, over the weekend, my son's face was so puffed. I was like, wait a minute. Y'all want to talk about a pissed off Negro? I was one of them. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? I thought my son had a allergic reaction. That's not, the medicine does that to you. I was like, what? No, 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 no. Shh. I called that sister up. That sister put that stuff together. I went on. It was echinacea and something else, but I went and got it. Gave it to my son. Took him back to the doctor 2 weeks later because they wanted to recheck him, make sure. They was like, wait a minute. And one thing I like about this doctor, she was real. She said, Mr. Akins, your son was here, and we diagnosed him. We looked at his lungs. We know he was asthmatic. Well, what did you do? I said, no, I just did something different. That's all. I know she knew what I'm gonna go say it. But let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. My son don't take that pump no more. My son he have no asthma attack or nothing. When I found out the strength of that stuff that sister made, and I was living in this high-rise building, and this brother, he was on the phone. He was worried. He thought he had to leave and go home because his daughter, she is the worst case of asthmatic. He said, man, my daughter run from the living room to the kitchen. They got to give her breathing treatments. That's what he was telling me. I said, oh man, for real? He said, yeah. And I said, so what I did, I said, man, you know what? My son was asthmatic and things and but he ain't nothing to do that. What you gonna do? But what I did, I went back upstairs because I bought a big bottle. That bottle of echinacea cost me $400. That's what it cost me. Yeah, please. I would have bought that stuff. Boom. And I poured some of it in another bottle, and I gave it to the brother. I said, and I told him, I said, look here, you give it to him for like a week, and you come off for like a week. Then you go back on for a week. Man, that brother went back. He took that and gave it to his daughter, and he followed the dosage and everything. He came back. He said, man, Mike, I need some more of that stuff. He said, man, my daughter's outside running around. She's not having no episodes or nothing. He was like, and his wife was like, get his number. Brothers and sisters, I was never like a drug dealer with some echinacea. Everybody found out about that, and everybody in that building was taking echinacea that had asthma. And then in Chicago, with the cold, people being asthmatic, yeah, there was a lot of asthmatic people there. And they'll forget, I was at a restaurant, and I went to use the restroom. I was coming in, the brother said, excuse me. I said, yeah, what's going on, bro? Hey, bro, look here. I'm having an asthma attack. The brother scared the daylights out of me. I'm like, okay, bro, what you want me to do? He said, outside is my coat. And he told me what his coat looked like and everything. He said, but I got a pump in there. Brother, can you get that for me? That man scared me. I was shot out that bathroom looking for his coat, went through his thing, found it, handed it to him. That brother, took that pump. He started breathing again. I was like, bro, keep that in your pocket, man. In Chicago, especially in the wintertime. No. And it was the wintertime. When they need that stuff, and I tell you, it's a scary thing to see somebody that can't breathe. I tell you. I never forget another sister. She had an asthma attack, but she ran out of her medicine. They was like, we need to call the ambulance. Well, one thing I would say this, brothers, common sense kicked in then. I didn't know nothing about echinacea at this time, but the sister, she was having an asthma attack, and they were just telling her to calm down and all that. You know what I did? I went into the bathroom, let that water run kind of hot. Now, Got some of that hot water. I said, sister, you may not like it, but drink this hot water. And so she started sipping on it. It was hot. But when she started sipping on it, she started breathing. She started breathing. There's a lot of things out there, brothers and sisters, that we can use. And I'm not going to sit up and say, stop taking your medicines and things of that nature. But I am going to give a warning out. Majority of the medicine is not good for us. We're from the earth. That's where we were from. That's where we get healed from. It's the foods that we eat, not the chemicals that they come up with. Not the chemicals that they come up with. And that's what we should be knowing. That's how we should be taking it, brothers and sisters. We're from the earth, and we need to live that way. Wait a minute, hold on, that's my time. All righty, get to that time. Well, brothers and sisters, let's start putting things into action. I know exactly what I got to do. I'm working with Sister Kathy husband, and we want to put these things together. We want to rise. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm going to do. Truthfully, like I said, brother, I seriously believe this stuff can happen overnight. That's just my mindset. Don't worry my emotions. That's how I'm feeling. Because I see the education of us. I see the strength of us. It's just a matter of there's a mental blockage that some of us is like maintaining. It's like, who will get the most money? That's that Babylonian mindset. Granted, yeah, we do need to make a living. I ain't gonna lie to you, we do. But trying to figure out who will be on top, I'm not even trying to entertain that. We all will be on top when it's all over said and done. Brothers and sisters, keep your head on the swivel. Keep your minds blessed. Keep them. We're some intelligent people. We are. And let's maintain this. If we don't, we gonna get ourselves hemmed up. We've been warned by the Most High of what man is going to do, and they doing it. This is their time to bring in a food shortage because they want control. Brothers and sisters, we lived up on their nose, and they controlled us. It's time for us to go ahead and break loose. It's time for us to go back to the earth. That's what it's going to boil down to being. We're going to have to go back to the earth. If we don't, we're going to always have our hands stuck out, talking about we need this, we need that. And trust and believe. Their medicine is going to be always laced with something. It's going to be laced. And it's going to be for control at the same time. Let us start to do things a whole lot better for ourselves. And on that note, brothers and sisters, you all be safe out there. And what's it? Today is Friday. Oh yeah. So yes, y'all willing? I'll be back on for the Shabbat. And we just find more things to be encouraged, to encourage ourselves with, because that's what we need. We're gonna have to maintain encouragement. And on that note, brothers and sisters, shalom.